recording.
All right. Yeah, we're on already.
Yeah, it should be recording.
Okay.
And
So we got the videos on too.
Everything's on, so you can go ahead and start talking whenever you
Okay,
want.
great.
And I'll look at this while you're talking.
All right, very good. Hi guys. This is update 3. We're well into our 12th week of post-stroke, except for one thing. About 1 week ago, as I mentioned in a written update, I had another incident. So probably just a small TIA, but the doctor tells me that I've got a narrowed artery, so I am at a continued risk for recurring events and stroke events. And what we want to do is get some treatment so that this does not continue. What happened to me last week, and as you can see, my voice isn't better yet. The doctor's 8 weeks has come and gone, and so we're got new appointments with new doctors, ENT specialists, and people like that. And voice therapy. Once the ENT gives the go-ahead for the therapist to work with me, I've got a voice therapist scheduled. So that's what's new in the game. When I had my TIA, I was set back a bit. My right side got much more cumbersome for a while. Seems that within the 6 days I've been able to come back a long way, getting more stable, but also with more stress and more difficulty. So that's where we are right now. What will the treatments do for me? This is what I think people need to understand. And if you go to the one in the list there, I think it's the first one under paraspinal, etanercept. Etanercept is an injection. It's a drug. It does work with the cell structure there. And it's not normally prescribed for this. It's not approved for this. This is an experimental treatment. Normally they give it regularly to people with arthritis, and there's all kinds of difficulties with regular shots, all kinds of side effects, and I'm aware of these. But this is not one of those ongoing, got to get one of these every week sort of idea treatments. This is a one shot, and it will dissipate over 7 years. So the first problem with the first step of my treatment in the etanercept is that it's not permanent. It's going to go away. It is going to give me full function, and it's going to do it faster than anything else out there. So the second part of the treatment that I'm exploring is the Msc Stem Cells. Now there's new technology that now cleans the DNA from the stem cells that are donated. We want mature umbilical cord stem cells because these reproduce at the rate of a young person as opposed to a 62-year-old man. I'm not quite there, but I'm almost, so I'll claim it. Anyway, the point is that basically every 10 years you lose about 90% of your ability to produce your own stem cells. And so if we're relying on my own, from adipose tissue, which is common, they derive stem cells from that, or bone marrow is another one. They would want to look at those things, and then the problem is they don't reproduce very fast. And what I'm trying to do is heal a brain. So let me kind of give you, from a naturopath's point of view, why this stem cell treatment is really critical and in many ways permanent. First thing it does is it creates new vasculature around the area. So since what we're dealing with is an artery that seems to be blocked, or narrowed anyway, that is causing me difficulties. So the very first thing is there's going to be better blood supply in and around the stroke area. So that's the first thing. Beyond that, the healing process, every cell in your body basically is replaced in 3 years, except in your brain. And in your brain, it takes 50 years to replace it. So what we're doing is we're speeding up the process of replacing damaged tissue with good growth. Again, since these are non-differentiated stem cells, we're going to get the growth in the area of the cells that have been destroyed, and so we're looking to do that. So if we replace that, we're doing very, very well. Once we have the vasculature to support it, we want to do hyperbaric oxygen, because hyperbaric oxygen saturates the cells with a very healing process. But doing hyperbaric oxygen by itself, especially with an ischemic stroke, is not always a good idea. So once the stem cell is, so I don't go there just to get it for the stroke treatment. Hyperbaric oxygen, in my opinion, is limited in its success, and actually can sometimes even, some people call it dangerous with ischemic stroke victims. And so what I would suggest is with the treatment of the new growth and so on, that's a different story, and we are creating a real benefit to the hyperbaric oxygen at that point. So getting the MSC treatment and getting the hyperbaric oxygen right on its heels needs also to have some protection against oxidative damage. And so what we're looking for is a course of glutathione precursors. Glutathione is the master antioxidant of your body, and if you can work with that, and so much better to take the precursors than try to put straight glutathione in. Some people do, but there's no real proof that it's very effective. So I've been stocking up. It's very expensive. It's not a normal supplement, so I am stocking up on all of that right now as we speak. It's the first step I can take in my treatment, and I'm doing it already. I'm taking some precursors called endothione at the moment, and being a naturopath, I have sources for this stuff, and I have a better one, which is a little easier to take, and you can do it a little more often. Once I get into the hyperbaric oxygen situation. So that's the story. That's the reason that my treatment is necessary. And so the etanercept will actually create normal function in 30 minutes to a few days. So you can see improvement in the first 5 minutes. So it's amazing how that works. I've been very impressed, and you should be too, with the video. If you go look at it, you'll see someone healed in front of your eyes, and from a very disabled stroke, and come all the way back. So we want you to understand, now that only works, 80% of the time. So 1 out of 5 people are going to walk away without any benefit, and it's a lot of money, but those odds are a lot better than the other kind of treatment. Let me explain to you what would happen if I were to go the Canada normal route and this blockage were deemed to be life-threatening. Well, they would recommend surgery, and they would want to put a stent in that artery, but that artery is the hardest to get at of any of them going to the brain. You're at the greatest risks, unbelievable amounts of risk in terms of even staying alive through the procedure. So with the kind of risks, more than 50% against me, in terms of either surviving or total disability, being completely, devastated by this procedure, that would be the norm of treatment here. I'm not opting for that. I'm going to go to the States. I'm going to get a shot, an injection in the back of my skull, and we'll see. That's the odds there are 80+% in the positive realm. Over here, not so much. So that's the idea. That's the reason it's so important that I raise the money, that I get the treatment, and to clear the blockage naturally, And it's possible you can clear that blockage or that narrowing. It's possible. It's not a guarantee, but it's possible. But it'll take at least 9 months using a naturopathic approach to clear that. Well, in that 9 months, I'm at risk for more strokes. So that's the real issue, and that's the reason there's a rush. That's the reason why we're trying to raise the money as quickly as possible. Pay attention to the written update. It's the first update I put up had a little bit of wrong information, but we'll keep changing it. We'll keep making sure that it's accurate. But there will be a fundraising dinner for me that my friends and colleagues have decided to put together. And that's really exciting for me because I don't have to do anything, just show up and be the honored guest, I guess, and get the benefit of what we're able to do that night. If you're in the Windsor, Detroit area, please let us know. And you want to come to the dinner, we're going to try to keep the ticket price down really low, and we'll have lots of opportunities of fun things to do at the dinner, which will increase your opportunities to give. We're going to be unveiling a couple of products too. Andrew Cody, my pen name, I'm going to be releasing. We'll have at least one book on the table, maybe more. There'll be some free stuff from me as a nonfiction writer as well, and there'll be some music, brand new music out. So, and some old music available, of course. And the entertainment that night is going to be stellar. I can't tell you enough why you really want to be at this dinner. But it's going to be a Friday night now. We've changed the dates and we're trying to work it out. It's probably going to be closer to Christmas now than it was. But it might be the 18th of October. It might be that early. But probably not. Probably we're going to push it into November, and we're going to see what we can do. That's the update. There's lots and lots of things going on. There's lots to volunteer with. If you're interested in helping with the dinner, if you're interested in helping with some of the other projects we've got going, there's a lot to do. So if you want to just, drop me a note or send me a text or something to be included, and we'll keep you updated as to what's going on and what opportunities exist. God bless you. Thanks very much. And please, if you can find it in your heart and God lays it on your mind to do this, go ahead and give on the GoFundMe page, and we're going to raise the money. There's a lot to go. It's the GoFundMe people have put it to Canadian dollars, and that number is supposed to be American dollars. So you can see that we got a ways to go yet. So even if you're giving from the States, realize that your credit card's going to be charged in Canadian dollars. So you're giving about 70% of what you thought you were giving. So it's a good thing. It gets the numbers higher, but it doesn't do as much. So God bless you, and hopefully we'll be in touch by the next update video. Now, I probably went on way too long.